Good evening and welcome to Bye Bye Bad Vibes on Spirit1 Radio, our first all virtual, fully remote radio show. My name is Sadia and I am here with my lovely co-host Samantha.
Hi there.
And tonight we are focusing on the good vibes, positivity, and a warm hour. Samantha, how are you feeling?
I am doing good. Very excited for what's coming up this next hour. You guys are going to hear some great stuff. We're going to check in with the first years. We're going to have a panel of judgment coming up soon. But first, why don't we let you guys know who we are? So I'm Samantha, as previously mentioned. I am a first year RTA media production student. And a fun fact about me is that I am left-handed, which makes using scissors pretty difficult.
Well, my name is Sadia. I am a fourth year media production student, and my fun fact is not technically about myself, but it's okay. My fun fact is that I have a dog. His name is Oreo, and his name is Oreo because he's literally split down the middle like the Oreo cookie.
No way. That is so cool.
I know. Thank you. I'm thanking you like I am Oreo, but I will thank you on behalf of him.
That's adorable. I would love if Oreo could join us, but I don't think that's possible tonight.
If he pops in and out, he'll come in. But Samantha, I have a really important question for you. What did you pick up during quarantine?
That says a lot about a person. And at the beginning of quarantine, I was on a health grind. I was working out every day, looking up all these healthy smoothie recipes and doing everything I could to be fit and healthy. But now I don't know if you would count like lying in bed for 3 hours before getting up. Is that a hobby?
You know what? I'm pretty good at it, so we'll consider it a hobby just because I am good at it myself. But I wish I was on the same page as you. In the beginning of lockdown, I won't lie, I was just constantly sleeping or like to myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty difficult, but we are so excited today. We are going to have a lot of uplifting stories and feel good vibes. And what about you, Sadia? What are you excited for?
I am so excited for the music, to be honest, and I am even more excited to welcome to the stage noFi. noFi is an undergraduate student here at RTA, a singer, songwriter, artist, and all amazing person. So noFi, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. And what song will you be performing for us tonight?
So I'm performing my single that I'm hoping to release soon on Spotify. It's called Bet, and I think it fits your vibe very well, that goodbye bad vibes, because it's kind of me telling myself, okay, bet, I'm gonna be fine. And it's a good time. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And so we're getting an exclusive listen right here then.
Hell yeah. And this is the first time I'm showing strangers the music video. Yeah, that I'm
Okay.
also releasing.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are so excited as a group. Quickly tell us where we can find you.
Instagram, Kyther, Kaither. I'm hoping to I'll like definitely promote it on that Instagram once it's there on
Okay, for
Spotify.
sure. Well, we're so excited to hear it and to hear more from you. We can't wait for the song.
Okay, thank you.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Although you need kissing badly. That's what's wrong.
Sentimental hardcore.
Any girl who calls him a boy is just asking for trouble.
I keep thinking about his blue eyes, yet I still won't reply. Said he really had a great night. Can't relate, I was too high. Made me think of when we broke up. Them shattered bars got us fucked. Almost passed out eating dim sum. Oh my god, I was so high. I'll admit that this is nothing like we had then. Gave you all my love and you took me for granted. It's not that I still care or love or want you back again. Guess I'm not okay, but better like this.
Oh my gosh, you used me. I was used.
and how they carried me away. Story maybe doesn't have your charm, but at least he isn't fake.
You make it sound so easy. I haven't got a brain.
I'll admit that this is nothing like we had then. Gave you all my love and you took me for granted. It's not that I still care or love or want you back again. I'm gonna be okay, I'm better like this. Maybe one day I can get out of my head, cook a meal instead of laying in my bed, spending less time thinking about how things went. I know I'm moving slow, but trust me, you can bet. I'll admit that this is nothing like we had. Gave you all my love and you took me for granted. It's not that I still care or love or want you back again. I don't need you, babe, I'm better like this.
You're listening to Spirit1, Bye Bye Bad Vibes. Only on Spirit Live Radio.
Hi, I'm Sierra. I'm a first-year media production student.
Hello, I'm Adam. I am in first year also, but in sports media.
And today we are here on Bye Bye Bad Vibes to talk about kind of our experience of being first years at home, doing school completely online. So Adam, what has been your experience with online school, especially being a sport media student?
It's been a very unique experience. I never would have expected starting online in my first year of university, but it's been fun and I've done my best to make the most of it.
Let's see what Samantha says.
I do like being able to wake up like 2 minutes before my class and not having to worry about being late. Other than that, I really would rather be in person and get to know people in person.
So, Sierra, is there any interesting and funny moments from being online?
Yeah, one time I was in a class with 300 people and somebody had their mic off and they said, somebody asked them, aren't you in class? And they said, I am in class, I'm just not paying attention. And they were playing video games. And I thought that was really funny. Everybody heard it, the whole class.
During a multicam production class, I was controlling an audio computer at one point, and I looked away for a second, and when I looked back, somebody was playing Johnny Test on YouTube through the audio computer, and every single person in the Zoom call could hear it.
So Adam, were you able to make any new friendships from online school? I feel like that's a really big thing, connecting with other people because we can't really see anyone.
Yeah, I was really worried about it coming into first year, but through group work and some breakout rooms, I've been able to meet some people and at least have some sort of connection online. So I've made the most of it, and let's see what Grace's experience has been like.
I think there is a very special bond to have with the people that you're on a Zoom call at 3 a.m. with, trying to screen share and figure out how to use Photoshop to hand in a project at 8 a.m.
We have all had those late nights trying to finish assignments in the last minute. Sierra, is there anything you wish people or profs knew about doing first year online?
I just want people to know that all of us are just doing our best. It's a really tough, university is tough just doing it normally. It's even added on pressure just doing it online. So that's all I want them to know, is that we're doing our best and we're trying to get through this just like everybody else. What about you, Samantha? What do you think?
It's really hard to concentrate when you're just in the same four walls every day. So recording lectures and like having PowerPoints to follow along goes a really long way. I think that everyone is really doing as much as they can right now to make this an experience for everyone that we can look back on and say we did the best that we could.
So for our last question, Adam, what are you excited to do when the lockdowns are lifted, COVID is over, and we get back to campus?
As a sport media student, I would like to go to the Mattamy Center, but I think overall we just all want to be on campus, in person, and have that face-to-face connection that we don't get.
For sure. So there you have it. This has been our segment on first years at home. We hope that people who aren't in first year kind of learn something new and what it's like to be in the situation as a first year. And we hope you enjoyed.
This is Sadia and Samantha here with you again. Samantha, thank you for speaking about your experience as a first year. I can only imagine what that's like right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very interesting start to my RTA career.
Yeah, and I can promise you it's only going to get better from here. There are so many cool opportunities coming your way. And let me just say, Spirit1 is only the first one.
I would hope so.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our next segment of the show, Panel of Judgment. I'm Paloma Torres, and I'm a second-year media production student, and I can't wait to show you this new segment we have for you.
For sure, and I'm Stuart Osborne. I'm a first-year media production student, and we've prepared a series of fun questions to get to know how you, our listeners, have been surviving quarantine. For example, Paloma, you might ask me.
Stuart, what's a new hobby or interest you've picked up over quarantine?
I myself have recently started pulling all-nighters in an attempt to learn the guitar. It's definitely not helping me wake up on time for my morning classes, but it's been really fun.
Or Stuart might ask me.
Paloma, you've got an 8 a.m. Zoom lab. Is your camera on or off?
My camera is definitely off because I will have just woken up by then and will only have the strength to turn my camera on.
That is 100% relatable. But enough about us. Let's just get right into it.
So what is a new hobby or interest you've picked up during COVID?
Definitely cooking, because I did it with the radio station I work for, and it was a lot of fun, but I may have burned stuff along the way.
Me too. I've been loving cooking this year.
Absolutely. Alrighty, so we've had a lot of time to binge watch shows and movies. What's been your favorite?
The Expanse, just because it's so ridiculously good and I've seen it so many times.
It 100% seems like something I'd be into. I definitely need to set aside some time to watch that one.
All right, next question. What is your favorite social media trend?
This isn't really a trend, but there's this one girl on TikTok who posts videos of her like sleepwalking, and I love watching those.
Me too. I see those all the time. They make me laugh every time.
TikTok truly is a very strange place at times, that's for sure. Yeah. Let's move on to sort of this or that would you rather segment. First question, would you rather be stuck wearing sweatpants or no pants?
I'd say sweatpants, because I live with my family and they don't want to see me wear no pants.
That is 100% relatable. I can definitely say that sweatpants are like PJs, but more socially acceptable. So it's definitely my pick.
I know my answer. Breakfast for dinner or leftovers for breakfast?
Breakfast for dinner, just because I love bacon and eggs. Leftovers just don't do it for me.
Alrighty, you're stuck with one streaming service for the rest of your life. Would you rather it be Netflix or Disney Plus?
I would say Disney Plus, just because it has The Mandalorian on it, and WandaVision now, and Marvel, and all that fun stuff.
Yes, give me all of that Star Wars and Marvel content for sure.
All right, now this year people have been cooking, or people have been using takeout way more often. What about you? Would you rather get takeout or cook from home?
I wanted to learn how to cook from home, but the Uber Eats bills are saying something different.
Can't blame you.
Yeah, my drawers are definitely overflowing with takeout bins at the moment, so I can totally relate to that. But that is our last question, so thank you for joining us with the Panel of Judgment. We've got some more awesome segments coming up, so be sure to stay tuned to Bye Bye Bad Vibes on Spirit1.
You are back with Sadia and Samantha on Bye Bye Bad Vibes. So that was a great little segment. I am very glad that they mentioned TikTok, because that is something that I have been doing every day. And I know you have too, Sadia, because I have seen your TikToks on my For You page every day.
I'm a little ashamed of how much I post on TikTok. I won't lie to you. My screen time is embarrassing.
How many hours have you been spending?
Do you see this face? I don't want to admit it. I don't want to admit how many hours is like when I check the settings app on my phone. I'm not going to embarrass myself that way. Let's just say it's a lot.
I mean, but with the trends, it's kind of hard when you see something on your For You page, you want to take a part in that trend. I mean, have you done anything like that?
Okay, I have a story that I think I'm fully ready to tell the world right now. So, you know the dancing TikToks, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It was the beginning of quarantine. I was trying to learn this really complicated foot movement thing. And context, I don't have rhythm, so I already can't dance. I don't know why I thought I could do this. And you know, in cartoons, when people slip on the banana peel and land head first?
Yes.
I landed head first into a wooden cabinet. And I had migraines for the next 2 weeks. And when I went to the emergency room, I ended up with a mild concussion.
Wow. Concussion by TikTok dance. That is one I have not heard before.
TikTok causes injuries. There should be a disclaimer on the app.
I mean, to be fair, TikTok is something else. You know, there are so many trends that I also loved. I mean, the Spotify playlist trend where people would make really, really specific playlists. You know, my Spotify is so bulked up now. I have really weird playlist names like Field Trip to Another Reality. What does that mean? I don't know, but those are the vibes I'm going for, I guess.
Wait, that's actually a genius name. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait, my favorite one, it's kind of sad, but my favorite playlist right now is my songs to play when I scream cry. And there's a lot of Jonas Brothers on there. I won't lie to you.
The new stuff or the old stuff?
The old stuff, for sure. That's the stuff I'm scream crying to, not the new stuff.
Oh, absolutely. I feel that. Music really gets you somewhere.
Speaking of music, I think this is a perfect time to introduce our second artist of the night. It's actually a band. We have Signals here tonight with us, and they are a Toronto-based indie and alternative band that happen to all be Ryerson University students as well, which is so nice for what we're creating tonight. So I am going to pass the virtual stage over to Signals.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and I'm the lead singer for our band Signals. The idea to do a cover of Yellow, it's our bass player's girlfriend's favorite song, and so we recorded it as a gift for her birthday. It's a song that we all love, and we're super proud of the fact that we were able to bring it all together despite living in different cities and not being able to see each other due to COVID. And I hope we'll be able to put some of our original music out there for you soon.
Skin and bones to
are you? And all the things you do, they were all yellow.
You're listening to Spirit1, Bye Bye Bad Vibes. Only on Spirit Live Radio.
Hey everyone, you're listening to Bye Bye Bad Vibes, and as you know, we're here to get the bad vibes very far away as we can. I'm Taminoy Bifiri Fumba, and this is the community segment. In this segment, we highlight members of the writing community, focusing on resilience, coming together, and showing the heart of the writing community through COVID times. We're gonna start off with the Little Book of Black Joy. The Little Book of Black Joy is curated by 3 writing students, Mia Asor, Adele Lukusa, and Imani Bosby, and their goal is to showcase Black folks at writing, how they're experiencing Black joy, and the book makes use of mixed arts and just very fun stuff. I'm excited to talk to all 3 of them today, and yeah, let's get right into it. Hi, Mir. Hi, Adele. Hi, Imani. How are you doing? So, do you want to tell us a little bit about the project?
But yeah, so we created a little book of Black joy together as a celebration of the joy that we feel as individuals, and to really highlight the importance of celebrating Black joy, especially like you mentioned in COVID times in light of Black Lives Matter and everything that the community has been going through. So we wanted to use our artwork and our creativity as a way to reach out to the Ryerson community, hear their stories, and celebrate their voices.
That's great. What does Black joy mean to you?
I mean, for me, that word is Black joy is so expansive. For me, Black joy is of course, there's all the synonyms to joy, happiness, laughter, all those things, like Mir said. But it's also just the loudness and the honesty and the positivity. Not really the positivity, but the ability to be able to see into the future or to imagine. I think that's something that's really joyful to me. Just the ways in which Black people, despite it's very easy for us to be cynical, but those who decide not to be, I think that's so joyful to me. So I feel really just seeing people who are proud and ready to imagine futures, to dream, and to share those dreams. I think that for me is really Black joy, and also just expressing yourself.
So far, what's been the responses been from the Black community at Rising and even beyond?
People love it. People are into it. It's really exciting. Yeah, I think that when you hear the title, Little Book of Black Joy, you're like, oh, it's a little book, some art here, but there's 48 pages in there. So I think that there's a lot. There's a lot of richness in there, and I think that for the people who shared their responses to the questions we asked, I think it's cool to have that incorporated. And a lot of people Imani says period, richness. Yeah, a lot of people want to see it physically.
Thank you so much. Just before we leave, how can people support the Little Book of Black Joy so everyone can have it at some point? What are some ways that people can support this project?
Yeah, I can start. So basically, you can check out because this was first brought up when we were added in as student advisors for the Catalyst and SMAC's Black History Month events last month. So if you go on the Catalyst website under the Black History Month tab, you'll see that's where our book is right now. But we also have an Instagram where we're slowly but surely posting all those pages. It's looking great. Honestly, feel free to follow, hashtag a little bit if you really feel like it. it's just like I already knew that it was good, but like seeing it on the Instagram, it's just
I love
an experience. So I definitely tell people to like follow Instagram because that's like a more accessible way. You can share on your IG story and stuff like that. Yes, it's really fun.
Exciting. If you're not following Little, please go follow it. And ways that rising students and even non-rising students are experiencing Black joy and sharing Black joy. Thank you, Adele. Thank you, Mia, and thank you, Imani. It was great chatting with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We talked about books. We talked about like the little book of Black joy, but now we're going to talk about it. And this film was directed by a fourth-year student in RT Media Production as part of their practicum project. It's a TV pilot thriller drama practicum called Before She Was. It's about this film, Before She Was.
Yeah, so Before She Was is about almost a 30-minute TV pilot drama. It centers around a teenage girl in high school, Jessica Wilson. She kind of uncovers secrets about her family, and she's kind of navigating that world while she wins an award and appears on television and starts stalking her. It deals with a lot of issues like adoption when it's like not the same race as the parents and child, a lot of family issues, and just overall like a very there's something not right about the that it's in slowly throughout the film.
But before you tell us where we can watch the film, how did you make this film during COVID? You made the film during COVID. How were you able to do that? How did you manage with the team and everything?
Denny, who's the writer, had the script, and when we realized we're shooting during COVID, we made changes to the script. For example, there was supposed to be a big auditorium scene where Jessica receives the award in high school. That was changed to a simple park scene, just with the news people, just to limit the amount of people. So to make it more COVID friendly. Honestly, like we simplified the story a lot, and I think it was beneficial to us because we got it down to its core values and we got that message communicated, and it was a more simpler production because of that.
So if you had a choice, would you have preferred virtual?
Definitely, everyone in my group can say the same, an in-person premiere, because we all worked so hard on this project. Like so many people can proudly say, like sound and art and composing and the actors. Like our lead, it was the first time that she ever acted. So like just coming together and rejoicing at a final project in person is something, holds a different energy than online. Online, I will say, had a lot of this excited energy, and that's why like the virtual premiere was really successful. But I will say, like, maybe if I could do a hybrid, because I still want the accessibility of people who are not able to make it to watch from home.
One more question. So after all this whole thing has happened, how are you feeling?
I feel really thankful that I got to tell a story like this, develop a story like this, and also very thankful for the team I got to work with. Everyone was so talented and so hardworking, and truly, like Before She Was is a collaborative
Because your time was in our team and to be online.
Yeah, you can go to beforeshewwas.ca. That will take you right into seeing our trailer. If you have any inquiries, there's you can email lunagoldpictures.com. That email's also on our website. We also have our Instagram. It's _beforeshewwas. And yeah, like all of our updates will be posted there. And feel free to reach out if you want to also see a copy of the film.
You know, Sadia, I love hearing about all these projects going on in the Ryerson community. Like, I just love catching up and hearing all about them.
Yeah, and these projects that were mentioned are such amazing ones. I've seen them like go on throughout the year, and to see where they have ended up now, it's absolutely incredible.
That's amazing. Now we're actually going to be hearing about a project on the gaming side of things in our What's RTA Up To segment.
Hey guys, Alexa Patino here, your host for What's RTA Up To. I'm a fourth-year media production student and the vice president of Ryerson Esports. Outside of school, I'm the founder of the Ontario Collegiate Rocket Soccer and run media for the Women's Carball Championships, both esports organizations with thousands of dollars in prize pool. I've been in the esports scene for more than 3 years, but I started off at RTA loving audio. I'm actually finishing up an audio concentrate and ecstatic to be on Bye Bye Bad Vibes. Today, I'm interviewing someone who's mixing Ryerson with one of the world's most beloved video games. Minecraft, an open world survival game, gives players the artistic freedom to create anything they want. I'm here with Devlin, a fourth-year new media student, being employed to essentially play Minecraft. Hey Devlin,
Hi.
how are you doing? Tell us what you're doing.
Well, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm getting paid to play Minecraft. But basically I'm managing and adminning a Minecraft server with a bunch of different worlds for our first, second, third, and fourth year new media students, to kind of fill the void of not seeing anyone and not being at our physical makerspace.
Awesome. And how do you think this is changing the way that students are learning right now?
Well, I guess it would not so much be changing it, more as trying our very best to get back to what we had without actually having it. Because the main selling point of the new media program isn't the, I mean, it's fun, but it's also the community that it builds. And we don't have that right now. And it's hard to coordinate that over Zoom. Like no one comes to Zoom hangouts, but they'll show up to Minecraft because it's a fun game. It's an activity to do together.
Yeah. So who's able to participate in this project? Where can people find more information?
Right now it's mostly open just to new media students. If you'd like to get access, though, there's a form that you can fill out that maybe we can publish. I'm not sure, but right now it's mostly restricted to new media students.
Okay, cool. So should we be expecting more educational video game projects from you guys anytime soon? Anything in the works?
Well, yeah. So this whole project actually started. Alex Ball, a professor, she wanted to teach one of her classes in Minecraft, and she did. She taught a first-year class all year in Minecraft, and then it bled over into having a more open program-wide space. So I think that's something part of her focus of research right now. And so it's definitely we're definitely expecting to continue this even past the coronavirus. And when we go back to being in person, we'll definitely continue this.
Cool. Thanks so much for joining us, Devlin. Hey guys, Alexa Patino here, your host for What's RTA Up To. I'm here with Liam Parmar, the president of Ryerson Esports and fourth-year BTM student. Because of lockdown, esports and gaming is becoming a big part of RTA with more courses, seminars, and job opportunities. So how can Ryerson students get involved with Ryerson Esports?
So Ryerson Esports offers a lot of things for Ryerson students to get involved with. So we have 11 teams that they can be involved in as pro gamers if they're good enough at those games. They vary in a lot of different genres and a lot of different types of games. So you'll be sure to find something that you like if you're a competitive type of person. If you're not a competitive person, you're not a pro gamer, like many people are, we have executive positions like traditional finance, like event management, stuff like that positions. But there's also a creative team that we have full of graphic designers, writers, stream producers, and things like that to fill out the rest of the roster. So there's lots of opportunity to go around.
Awesome. So it seems like lockdown is affecting everything at Ryerson. How do you think COVID has affected esports? Has anything changed for the better or worse?
So at Ryerson specifically, Ryerson Esports, we've had to pivot a lot of our events to be online. We've had to make adjustments to the way that we operate as a club to make sure that all of our operations can continue as normal. We haven't been as affected as many of the other clubs at Ryerson. We've been operating at full capacity with all of our teams for the entire year. And so, yeah, as a result, I think we've been really successful throughout the year, changing up the strategy a little bit, but keeping things consistent because of the nature of esports. As for the rest of the world, a lot of in-person events for esports had to be canceled, rescheduled, but that hasn't stopped the scene from moving forward. Most of the major events that were supposed to be live were reconfigured to be online, much like we did at Ryerson. Online events that we're using are starting to use remote technology solutions that can produce live studio quality results that are now becoming incredibly commonplace in the esports community.
Okay, that's so cool to hear about. Well, Liam, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us on What's RTA Up To. We'll see you all online.
You're listening to Spirit Live Radio.
Okay, you are back with Samantha and Sadia on Bye Bye Bad Vibes. You know, that was a really interesting segment. I don't know a lot about esports, but one game I do know a lot about is Minecraft. I've been playing it a lot at night to relax. You know, at 11 o'clock, I stop doing my work and I just put on Minecraft and just game for like 2 hours. How have you been taking care of yourself, Sadia?
Let me just say, I wish it was Minecraft. It looks like such a fun game, but I just can't get into it. For me, taking care of myself usually looks like attempting to take a pause during the very busy life that is taking place right now. I try and take those breaks, but it's definitely easier said than done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's really important to prioritize, you know, taking care of yourself amidst all of this. One thing I know I love to do is host like game nights with my friends. We go on Zoom and we just have the time of our lives.
Exactly. I do so many Zoom nights with my friends because I think it's important to prioritize socializing, especially during this time when everything feels really lonely, to be honest with you. And so Zoom game nights are one of my favorite pastimes.
Yeah, what kind of games do you play?
We are really into this game called Code Names. Do you know it?
I've heard of it. Is it one of those games where you just gotta lie to your friends?
It's similar to that. Not really. You're not really lying to your friends. You're more so trying to get them to connect words together. So lying is not the skill, but there are so many other games where I do have to lie to my friends. And it's honestly a lot of fun online, which may sound weird.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I mean, no one can like punch you through a screen.
Exactly. I can lie straight to my friend's face, and truly they can't do anything about it because what are they going to do? Come to my house? No.
Yeah, and for me at least, I know that like I wouldn't call it a poker face, but I do have the same facial expression when I lie and when I tell the truth, and that is just a giant smile. So they can't trust me either way.
For me, you can tell when I'm lying if I start fidgeting or if I like start shaking my leg. So online, they can't see that. So online, I'm a perfect liar.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so important to just have fun and let loose sometimes with all these games because I feel like we get stressed so often.
Yeah, and there are so many cool websites where you can play interactive games with your friends, and it really does transform the online in-game experience, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I mean, coming up next, we are actually having a game, a listener engagement game. I'm really excited for you guys to hear it.
It's a fun one, if I do say so myself. And then after that, we do have what are fourth years up to.
Alrighty, welcome back. Stuart and Paloma here once again. And this next segment inspired us and the people behind the scenes at Spirit1 to get, well, creative. So welcome to the sound impersonation game.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, you may know these sounds, but if you tried to explain it to anyone else, they probably wouldn't get what you're saying at all.
We asked the people working behind the scenes at Spirit1 to send in their best impressions of things they totally take for granted, as well as just some crazy and wild situations.
Because who says you can't do a one-man soundscape? Feel free to play along and see how many of these sounds you can identify. Here is the first sound, something we should all be familiar with after a year of quarantine. Let's listen.
Dun dun.
That was the all too familiar Netflix logo. Let's hear the next sound.
Definitely feeling like I was being transported into an episode of Planet Earth. I could almost hear David Attenborough narrating over top of it. Speaking of animal noises, that was the beautiful sounds of a hyena laughing, but let's hear another animal noise.
Or.
That was a very accurate depiction of the iconic sound of a sea lion. All right, now this next sound will be a little familiar to us. We've had to go through it for the past year. Let's listen.
That was the sound of a hand sanitizer dispenser. I definitely think it needs some repairs though. But here's another sound.
Pshing, pshing, pshing. Help me. Pshing, pshing.
Well, that was the sounds of a medieval dungeon, something I'm sure everyone guessed based on that amazing transportation. Let's move on to the next sound, shall we?
Thanks, please hold.
Now, all you upper year RTA students are definitely familiar with that one. That was a rendition of a call with the EDC, as useful as always. Now, let's hear yet another sound.
That one sounded crazy, but when you hear what it was, you will know it was definitely accurate. That was two dogs who were best friends greeting each other after a long time apart. I'd say pretty accurate once you figure it out.
Absolutely.
Let's move on to our final sound.
Oh, sorry. Did I cough?
You guys feeling anxious yet? Because I certainly am. That was a beautiful rendition of a randomly selected Zoom breakout room. Definitely something that we all fear in this day and age.
For sure. Now, those were all of our sound effects. How many sounds did you identify? Let us know. That is all for us, but stay tuned. We have more awesome content coming up right here on Bye Bye Bad Vibes with Spirit1.
You are back with Sadia and Samantha. Samantha, that game was so good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The one about the dogs meeting their best friends, too accurate.
It honestly is. Okay, a pro tip for you as a first year, the EDC one going straight to voicemail is so accurate.
Oh gosh, I'm not
Just
excited for that.
Fair warning in advance. That is exactly what happens when you call the EDC every single time.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I guess it's pretty good to get that advice now from a fourth year than have to experience it myself later.
It really is.
So our next segment is actually about you fourth years and about you guys reflecting on your 4 years at Ryerson. So let's give that a listen.
Hey, it's Alexa here again from What's RTA Up To?
And this is Sadia, the host of Bye Bye Bad Vibes.
So, Sadia, we're fourth years. It's just been really tough at home. This entire thing that we've had to deal with in an online environment. I thought we could talk in our last segment, fourth years at home, about the future and, graduation. I know that's been a really big topic on everyone's mind right now. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I think that it's just a really nerve-wracking time in general. And as we get closer and closer to graduation, I know I feel the nerves building. How are you feeling about that?
I just feel like I'm not ready for it. One, like I'm kind of missing that rite of passage a little bit, but at the same time, I'm kind of feeling like really nostalgic for certain memories, certain classes especially.
Riley, how do you feel about this?
Approaching graduation, I'm honestly feeling pretty nostalgic. Kind of just make me think back on my time at Ryerson and all of the good times that I had. Overall, I'm excited and I'm nervous. it's kind of getting overwhelming just to think about like, oh, what am I doing past April?
That's like a really big question. Like, what are we going to do in the future? I know a lot of people have been having so many different emotions. Sadia, how do you feel about it?
I won't lie to you. I'm nervous. I'm really scared. I have no idea what the plan is past graduation, and the thought of not returning to school is such a weird thought in my head. But how are you feeling?
I'm feeling like kind of hopeful at the same time. I totally feel like that being afraid, but at the same time, there's so many opportunities that, you know, we don't even know, especially working in like this online environment. There's like kind of new opportunities as old ones are kind of closing, you know, kind of like I'm like hopeful for the future that, you know, we'll find our way eventually.
I feel pretty hopeful for the future. I currently have a job in my field. Before I came to Ryerson, I was working on like junior hockey broadcasts in Oakville, and now I work for the NHL. That always seems like a good thing to put you on a good trajectory into the workforce.
And you know what? Like, Riley, you really grasped the opportunities you had. And I think that's something I would personally tell to first years and people joining RTA is jump on as many opportunities as you can, because you never know where you can learn something new or meet somebody new. Alexa, what is your go-to advice for first years?
Figure out what you want to do. And it doesn't even mean like in terms of RTA, but just, you know, do you want to play video games or do you want to weightlift? And then just join it, you know, join that club, join that team, figure out how you can get involved. You know, if you want to run a radio show, join Spirit Live, you know. I don't know, Riley has something else to say about this as well, because we have been talking a lot.
Build your network while you're at Ryerson. Use the fact that you're a student and take the opportunities that you can get from that. There's lots of Facebook groups that you can talk to fourth year students, talk to students who are older than you, get advice about your time in school and how you can make the most of it. Find things that you think you want to do in the future and try it out.
Yeah, you know, and that's just so important, especially as we leave Ryerson and go into the bigger, the greater world. Speaking of leaving, actually, I think our time is up. So thank you so much for joining us at Fourth Years at Home.
Yeah, and make sure you don't go anywhere because the end of the show is happening momentarily.
You're listening to Spirit Live Radio. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
You are back with Samantha and Sadia on Bye Bye Bad Vibes. You know, again, that was great advice. I love hearing from upper years about what my next years could look like.
Well, no problem for my valuable insight, I have to say. Can we just say how amazing the past hour has been together?
Oh, absolutely. It's been a breeze.
It really has. And I have to say, it's been a nice break from the constant Zoom calls between classes, meetings, to just come together as a community. And for everyone watching, it feels so nice.
Absolutely. I mean, I hope everyone listening at home was able to feel the positive vibes with us over this last hour. It's been great to hear about what everyone's been up to, you know, from the first years to the fourth years to new media, all that amazing.
Yeah, and I'm only just more excited for what has to come. And I do want to send a huge thank you to the Spirit1 team. Okay, let's talk about how hard this is to do in person, and then to now switch it to everything online. I have to only give them kudos.
Absolutely. It takes a village, and this village is filled with friendly faces.
Truly, the team is so incredible, and I hope everybody watching was able to really feel the community vibe we tried to create here tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, it was great to come together for this hour of connection and trying to find community in this weird virtual limbo that we're in, and say bye-bye to those bad vibes.
I really like how you just used that title right there. We have so much coming in the next couple years as well. For anyone watching who's a younger student this year, the show does happen annually, so make sure you're paying attention to when this show happens again next year to get involved, or, you know, run the show. There's really cool opportunities with Spirit Live.
I'm definitely going to check those out.
Oh, Samantha, so many cool things are coming your way within RTA. There are so many different opportunities, and I'm so excited to see what you create.
Absolutely. And I think one group that we forgot to thank are musical guests. I mean, I think we have one coming up right now.
We actually do. To end off the show, we have one more artist here with us tonight. His name is Liam. He's a musician and producer from Scarborough, Ontario, and he just released his first debut EP just last November. So, Liam, why don't you come to our little virtual stage?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for being here, for spending your evening with us and sharing your art. Means so much to us.
Sure.
So what song will you be sharing with the group tonight?
I'm going to be playing a song called The Ways. It was made by me and my cousin Belinda. It's basically a song about love. Like, she was going through some tribulations, as we all do from time to time. And so this song is called The Ways of Love, and it's just sort of her telling of like her dealing with these personal emotional things and her letting it out on the track that I produced.
Well, that is so nice that you were able to come together as a family and to create such a lovely song. Well, thank you. What else can people expect from you moving forward?
Right now I'm actually working on an album at home, but because of COVID, obviously, I'm having to do everything at home. But I think in some ways that forced adaptation drives like a certain ingenuity with the creativity. Like, I'm kind of limited with my resources to whatever I have at home, as we all are. But I think that something beautiful might come of it, because I'm trying to look bigger. I'm trying to look to the future in the summer and maybe things post-COVID, and that sort of thing. That optimism is driving me, and I just kind of want to take things to the next level. And I'm working with a lot of cool artists in Toronto and connecting. That's a big thing that I'm hoping to do this summer. So also, like, if you're a musician out there listening, definitely just reach out to me, because I'm always looking to just make music and celebrate life.
That is so amazing, and that made me feel so warm. Thank you for sharing. Okay, you said connecting to you. Where can people find you?
Mainly on Spotify. If you look Liam Ferguson, my EP is called Simple Syrups. You can look that up. And I'm sort of getting back into social media. It's a long story, but I basically, during COVID, actually right before COVID started, I just decided I kind of needed a year to myself and to really collect and practice the craft that I wanted to do. And so I sort of deleted all my social media stuff. And I'm considering, after, as COVID comes back out, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get back on that impulse. But I sort of had to take a year to myself. So for now, just hit me up on maybe my email, which is liam.ferguson@ryerson.ca.
Well, that sounds amazing. We're so excited to hear your song, which is playing up right now.
Awesome.
Run it back from the top. Here we go.
Everything was perfect. Tell me why you wanna go and hurt me. Saying that it's over, I'm just checking with you, making sure you're certain. Cause we can't go back in time, reverse it. Up and down and round again, your love's a roller coaster. Catch back how it goes me. Had me feeling so sick. Playing all these games with my emotions in circles. Like ring a rosy. I wonder if you ever noticed. Every day, I see your face. You. That's how I know you don't want my love. Every time I call your phone, you just seem to know the ways to hurt me. You would rather see me lonely. All I do is stare at mine. All I do is light your fire. You drain me dry. No, 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 no. You say you know the ways of love. I don't believe it, no, no, no. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, no. You say you